Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back, TGIF, baby. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Weekend is upon us. I hope you guys got something fun planned with your family, or maybe some kind of fun project that you're getting ready to dive on into. As for me, it was kind of a little bit of a short day. I kind of ducked out a little bit early. Wasn't a whole bunch going on at work, so I asked if it was possible to take off so I can head over to Harbor Freight because I have some upcoming projects that I've been wanting to get to, needing to get to, and I've been kind of putting off for a little bit. So, with that being said, we're getting ready to dive on in on a little adventure, a little walkthrough, if you will. We're going to go to Harbor Freight and just see what is new with Harbor Freight Welding. That's right, I'm more specifically going to be looking at welding supplies during this video. We'll take a look at the rest of the store over the weekend, but for now, let's take a look and see what they got in the welding department. I know they had a lot of new launches after the turn of the year, and I hadn't had a chance to go down and check it out, so let's check it out together. Roll camera, baby. Alright, so kicking it off, they did start carrying, for $800, the Plasma 45. That's right, the plasma cutter. I have it. I've been meaning to upgrade my electrical to use it, and I can't wait. And I'm working my way towards it. Slow go, but make sure you get down there and pick one up or order one as soon as you can because they are off the shelf, man. These things sell out quick. Let's talk about their consumables. So they did start selling consumables for the titanium Plasma 45. Yours for 20 bucks. I believe that's a 4 replacement tip set. Let's talk about something that I wish they would upgrade. How about the helmets? Now, I know they have this new Vulcan helmet, okay? That came out within the last couple years. The red one within the last half a decade, and all the other ones have been around pretty much for the last 10, 12 years. Harbor Freight, can we please do something about the color and the graphics, as well as your gloves? Let's improve the quality of your gloves. I've bought these Vulcan Defender gloves, and I gotta tell you, I'm not impressed with the leather. I did get burned. It sucked. That's why I will not buy gloves from you, but if you can figure that out, I will come back and revisit it and buy another pair of gloves. Something I am impressed with, $40, is this welding car. My dad gave me his old one. I've been using the hell out of it. That thing is at least 6 to 7 years old. I've had it indoors, I've had it outdoors. I've used it for just about every welder that I've had from Harbor Freight so far, and I love it. Here's another one that they have that offers you multiple hooks to hang up your ground strap, your plasma cutter, or your welding rod, or whatever. Tanks in the back if you want to, plus drawers. Here's another one if you got the big dog Vulcan welders that you got to set up. They have multiple attachments, so if you're doing MIG, TIG, stick, etc., you can roll up all your different attachments on every single one that they have, and I think it comes in at a fair price. Not my most favorite of welding stations, but I can see how it comes in handy. Let's talk about this welding table. $70, okay? You can't beat the price for this welding table at 70 bucks. Believe me, I tried to build my own welding workbench on top of my toolbox. You guys saw a video on that, and I can tell you, I spent a hell of a lot more than $200 just in metal alone to try to make my own. The Vulcan welding lineup looks good. Did not see the Pro TIG 210. I think that you guys were asking about that. Did see the Pro TIG 220. Was happy to see that. $329. Now this is the welding station that I've been eyeballing that I want real bad for my garage. Once I get everything insulated, heating and air conditioning, etc., and everything else upgraded like the electrical, I want to get this welding station. Place for your consumables, place for your clamps. Another drawer that you can possibly use for the magnetic hold downs to hold things at certain angles that you're looking for. Here's a cabinet down here. Whoop, dropped it. Here's a cabinet down here that you can actually put your welding hood and your jacket in and your gloves or your sleeves and keeps them all kind of dust free and just out of the way and protected. I thought that was kind of nice. Opening the side cabinet, you got places to put wheels or scrap pieces of metal that you're going to use, flat pieces or rolled pieces. You got places to put hinges. You got places to put buttons, eyelet hooks, etc. And I just think for the price, you really can't beat it. 160 pounds. Freaking amazing car. I can't wait to get one. This is what I got my eye on currently. I'm telling you guys that way. You already know. Holds 2 tall tanks and at least 3 different platforms of welders and plasma cutters. Back to consumables for a little bit. Paint pens, soap chalk. I'm glad they keep all this stuff cheap. But don't buy this soldering iron. The cheap of the cheap is not always the best. That thing sucks. It doesn't work worth a damn. The micro torch, it's okay for what it is that you get. You can get Burn-Zone-Matic for, I think, $5 less over at Home Depot. But they did start incorporating regulators and flow meters for those of you that want flow meters for your plasma cutter or welders, okay? So they have those available for you, going from $70 up to $90. They also have these Bremen welding clamps that you can pick up that it felt like they were a little bit more duty than the Pittsburgh ones. I don't know. Some of you guys that bought those might let me know. I have, and I do, own these type of magnetic hold downs in the red, but I did see that Berger came up with one that holds, that's right, $22.99. 90 pounds, okay? You can flip the on-off switch so you can stick it on there and it'll hold down 90 pounds worth of shit that you're trying to weld. They also have another one that holds down 35 pounds. And I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. That's a lot of magnetic force. That's a strong magnet you can count on. Might even be good for automotive use, not just welding use. I like this torch holder, okay? I have one. I love it for 11 bucks. I don't see how you can go wrong. If you need more instruction on welding and you want to teach yourself, 20 bucks. They have the Haynes manual, teach you how to do that. They have the spool gun setup and everything else that you might be looking for the Vulcan, but they do sell out fast too. They got the flux core wire going for about 20 bucks, I think, and then some of the aluminum stuff going for around 8 bucks a spool or a roll. And then, of course, they have flux core and solid core as well. $15 grounding clamp. My dad preaches about this grounding clamp, says he loves it, can't find nothing better. It's a great clamp. And then jumping over here to these butt clamps that I saw. These butt clamps had my interest. I don't know how to use them, but I think they could be pretty handy. But for 7 bucks, I might have to look up my own YouTube video and see if I can't find someone using those. Maybe Mike Festiva's already covered it. I'll check him out. Hey, I'm going to put his link down below. Check him out. I also saw this clamp, also made by Berger, 12 inches spread clamp. Looks like it goes in deep. You could throw it over the table, clamp something down that you're trying to weld. I thought, hey man, that is a nice heavy duty clamp. I think I might pick 1 or 2 of those up later. Wire brushes. Now I bought this 2-pack for $5, but what caught my eye that I didn't see before was a wire brush plus different adapters for your die grinder coming in at 10 bucks. I think that's a much better deal than the $5 2-wire brush ones. Something else you're going to run into that you're going to use during welding and automotive is a vise. Now I'm not sure how good these are. I'm hoping you guys can share your thoughts and opinions, but from looking at the price and looking at the actual quality just on the shelf, they look like they'd be worth purchasing. I'm just throwing that out there. I know. Some of this stuff seems like it comes out of cost. And some of you guys can't afford the cost that they're currently asking on some of these products. At least maybe you don't already have it saved and you need to spend a little bit more time saving your money in order to afford this. Some of you might not be huge fans of putting things on credit. Some of you might not have ever applied for any kind of line of credit. I'll tell you something that we're going to get ready to get into next video over the weekend is going to be the Harbor Freight credit app, what it entails, what kind of percentages you can expect. But I will tell you, worry not, welding friends. If you want to buy a new welder from Harbor Freight, whether it's in the Vulcan lineup, the Titanium, or Chicago, whether you wanted to get that service car or toolbox or some form of tool storage in order to store your tools that's not of the Vulcan ones that we showed, you can put it on credit. You can apply for their credit, which they have the brochure available in any store. 10% off, 5% cash back, 0% interest up to a certain period of time, which we're going to cover, like I said, in a later video. So you don't necessarily need to have cash in order to walk out with your hopes and dreams of creating your own welding station at home, a little DIY center, if you will. So if you want to be a DIY welder, you want to start getting into horseshoe projects or making things for yourself or for the kids or just something to tinker around on the weekend because you don't have a hobby, man, you could just go down there, get whatever it is that you want to get. Watch Mike Festiva. Again, I'm going to put his channel link down in the description. This guy's covered a lot of Harbor Freight welders over the years. He has also showed you a handful of welding techniques that I've found to be very useful and beneficial to a non-professional welder. And I thoroughly enjoy his content. I hope you guys do too. Go check out Mike Festiva. His channel link, again, down in the description. He's got an amazing channel. All right, so that's pretty much my video in a nutshell, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's walk around. We got a chance to go into Harbor Freight, see some of the new welding supply and equipment releases for 2020. I'm not disappointed. I'm very happy with what it is they've released. I hope they continue to release more. I hope that they make some improvements on their gloves. I hope they can make some cosmetic improvements on their welding hoods, because they are great welding hoods. I had mine for over 10 years and unfortunately took a shit because it was collecting dust and I was, moving it here and there and whatever. But it's a great welding hood. I just wish they would do more with the graphics, because graphics sell. Unfortunately, a lot of you guys like different graphics, right? And we all do. Stickers, graphics, paint, all the other stuff. We like something to match. And yeah, a welding hood's a welding hood. And if you're a professional welder, you might not care. But I guarantee you that at least 40% of all professional welders out there, they have a certain style and that's like their go-to, right? It's the #1 safety item they put over their face before they go into a welding project. And they want to look cool, right? They want to feel cool because they have a cool-ass job. That's all I got for this video, guys. Thanks as always for watching. Cheers to those of you who have your beers. And I hope you're enjoying your Friday. We'll see you guys later tonight. Cheers and deuces.